Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be discussing about the defective chessboard problem, and this is sometimes also known as the tiling problem. Alright. So what this problem is that given n cross n chessboard where n is some 2 to the power k and k is some number from 1, 2, 3 and onwards. Fill the chessboard with L-shaped tiles as shown in the orange figure above. So fill up the whole chessboard with L-shaped tiles. Okay. So that's your problem statement, and fill the chessboard with L-shaped tiles given a defective tile is present on the chessboard. So what do I mean by a defective tile is a position on the chessboard, a square on the chessboard that is like broken, or there is a hole there. Basically in this figure, the black tile here shown, the black tile here is your defective one. So this is defective. Basically this tile is your defective tile. So this is just for an illustration purpose. Any tile on the given chessboard can be defective. So it can be either here or any other place as well. The objective is to fill the remaining part of your chessboard with L-shaped tiles such as the orange one shown in the figure. Okay, and it is given that there is exactly one defective tile. You don't have 2, 3 or 4 defective tiles. You only have one defective tile. So how do you solve this problem? Let's get started. So first of all, the question is, does a solution always exist? Well, yes, it does. So let me show you how. So we're given that n is the form of 2 power k, right? And we have an n cross n chessboard, right? So basically, how many squares do we have? We have n cross n squares, right? N multiplied by n squares. And n is of the form 2 power k. So we have 2 power k multiplied by 2 power k squares, right? So if you simplify, this is nothing but 4 power k squares. So you have 4 power squares in total. Now out of these 4 power k squares, you make one square as defective, or we don't count that square from now onwards. So after making one particular square defective, you have 4 to the power k minus 1 valid squares. Okay. And in one L-shaped tile, has 3 squares, right? It's made up of 3 squares. Now by induction, for k equal to 1, say you have k equal to 1. So if k equal to 1, you have 4 to the power 1 minus 1, that is 3 valid squares. And you have one L-shaped tile that has 3 squares. So this, for k equal to 1, you can have one tile. So for k equal to 1, it's basically just a 2 cross 2 tile with one square as defective, the one shown in shaded, the one which I've shaded, and for the rest 3 tiles you can place this on here, right? Similarly, for k equal to 2, you have 4 to the power 2, that is 16 minus 1, so 15 valid squares. And for one tile you have 3 squares, so that means 5 L-shaped tiles would suffice. Alright. So similarly, for k equal to 3, k equal to 4 and so on, you will see that by the principle of mathematical induction, the L-shaped tiles will always fit into a defective chessboard. Alright. So we have shown that a solution always exists, but how exactly do we reach this solution is what we're going to be focusing on. Okay. So the base case, as I showed in the previous slide, so this is for k equal to 1. you have your base case. So basically you have 4 squares, out of one is a defective square. It can be either in the bottom right or top left or bottom left. Okay, so you can have any one of these 4 cases, and you've got one L-shaped tile that can fit in either of these 4 cases. So basically for this case you can have something that looks like this. And just show, so your L-shaped tile would look something like this. Pardon my drawing, it's just a rough sketch. Similarly for this, you can have an L-shaped tile that looks like this. For this case you have something that looks like this, and for the last case you have something that looks like this. Okay, so these type of tiles can be used to place in our base case. The base case is the case that is our base, right? This is the minimal case that can happen. Now how do we get to a solution for a general n, right? So in this case we had n equal to 2 power 1, right? How do we get for say n equal to 2 cube, or n equal to 2 power 4, or n equal to 2 power 5? You can't always expect to fill randomly a big chessboard of say size 32 cross 32 or something like that randomly, and use trial and error to see if a L-shaped tile can fit. So the approach that we are going to be using is something that is known as a divide and conquer algorithm. What this algorithm does is it breaks our initial problem into 2 equal subproblems. So say we've got something we've got a big problem here. This is just a general illustration, not pertaining to our specific example. What this algorithm, in general, what a divide and conquer algorithm does is it divides our big problem into 2 small equal subproblems. It solves each of these subproblems and then lastly merges each of these subproblems to get our original answer to our solution. Okay, so that's how divide and conquer algorithm works. So we're going to be using this particular algorithm to solve our defective chessboard problem. Okay, let me illustrate how. So first of all, we have our base case where n is equal to 2 or 2 to the power 1. So which is just a 2 cross 2 square with one cell missing, and it is nothing but a tile can be filled with a single tile, right? So if I draw this orange this orange tile can be just filled here, right, as shown in my illustration. This whole thing can just come here, right, to fill up the base case. Okay, and similarly rotation is allowed. So if our void tile or missing defective tile is on the top right, you can rotate the L shaped and make it fit as per one of our 4 base cases, okay, that I showed in the previous slide. So this is our base case. So next up, what we're going to do is I'll demonstrate the algorithm with an example. Say here I've got n equal to 8. Okay, so let me just write this down. Say we have n equal to 8 here, right? N equal to 8 in this particular problem. So basically that is just 2 to the power 3. So k is equal to 3. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing, so, and we have this particular tile as defective. So since I mentioned that this is a divide and conquer algorithm, we're going to be splitting our main problem into different sub problems. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to divide our 8 cross 8 grid into smaller 4 cross 4 squares. Okay, so that is done by these 2 green lines here, right? You can see we've converted a 8 cross 8 grid to 4 cross 4 grids. Okay, we're basically just divided our main problem into smaller sub problems, right? Now the algorithm states that when you divide it first of all into smaller 4 cross 4 grids, next up you place one L-shaped tile such that the L-shaped tile covers all the smaller sub problem grids such a way that the square that originally has your defected tile does not have a part of your L-shaped tile. So in this case we see that our top left 4 cross 4 grid has our defective tile here, right? So I'll just denote defective tile by dt, say. So what we're going to do is we're going to place an L-shaped tile such that one small square of the tile does not take part in this 4x4 sub problem. Okay, so that's the only way where we can put a L-shaped tile. So that's what the algorithm says. It says that place a L-shaped tile at the center such that it does not cover the n by 2 cross n by 2 subsquare that has a missing square. So basically what we've achieved by doing this is that all 4 subsquares, all 4x4 grids now have a cell that is already filled. Like basically all 4 have one particular smaller square, the base case, that has already been placed. Okay. So next up, we're going to be dividing this further. As you might have guessed, we first divided 8 cross 8 into 4 times 4 cross 4. Now we're going to be dividing 1 4 cross 4 into 4 2 cross 2 grids. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing next. So here we have seen that this is our last step. Now I'm going to be dividing one subsquare, that is 1 4 cross 4 square, into 4 2 cross 2s. So you can do it by something like this. You already have this. You divide along this line and you divide along this line, and you see that you've got 4 2 cross 2 grids. That's precisely what I've done for all my 4 subsquares, right? Now the same algorithm takes place. So if I consider this top right subsquare as an example, you can see that so let's just denote this as 1 first subsquare, second, this is my third, and this subsquare is my fourth, this whole 2 cross 2 subsquare. Okay, now you can see that on the fourth subsquare you already have an orange tile that was placed in the previous step. So as per the algorithm that I stated, place an L tile at the center of your dividing lines such that a square does not take part in a subsquare which already has a tile. So I'm going to be placing my tile something like this. Just a moment. I'm going to be placing my tiles something like this. Alright. So as you can see in the next step by the arrow, this is what I've precisely done. This is for my I've just showed an example of my 4 cross 4 subsquare. Similarly, you will have to do this for all the 4 subsquares. So for this subsquares, the tile will be placed something like this after dividing into 4 equal 2 cross 2 subsquares. Similarly for this, it will be something like this, and for this part it will be something like this. Keep in mind, I'm scribbling all these blue shades after I've divided my 4 cross 4 subsquare into 4 2 cross 2 subsquares, right? So that's how you're going to be dividing. And the next step, this step pretty much shows what I've done, right? So this is the output of this step. So what I've done is basically solve the problem recursively till the base case has been reached. Now my base case was a 2 cross 2 square, right? So after I've divided my 4 cross 4 into 2 cross 2, I've come to know that I've reached my base case. So what I'll do now is, with this step, I'm going to be filling all my remaining tiles in my 2 cross 2 with my simple L-shaped tiles, because this is our base case. So for this particular 2 cross 2 subsquare, we can see we can fill one tile like this. Similarly for this subsquare, we can see we can have it like this. Similarly for this 2 cross 2 subsquare, we can have something like this. And there are plenty more examples. Let's just say I have to use a different color. Let's say use yellow. Then for this subsquare, you can have something like this. You fill it like this. For the 2 cross 2 subsquare here, you fill like this. Similarly here, and same goes for here. And there should be one more. Yes, for this subsquare, fill it like this. So similarly, you fill all the 2 cross 2 subsquares with L-shaped tiles because that is your base case and you know how to solve your base case, right? So to briefly outline what we've done exactly is that we've taken our problem of 8 cross 8, we've split it into 4 different 4 cross 4s, and for each 4 cross 4 we further split that into 4 2 cross 2s. Alright, similarly for all these three. So at the end what you have basically is you have 16 2 cross 2 squares, right? And using our algorithm that we've mentioned, that when you divide a problem into smaller sub problems, you fill an L-shaped tile at the center such that the L-shaped tile is placed in such a way that the void tile or the tile that has been filled in the previous step does not get any share of your L-shaped tile. So that's the algorithm behind this defective chessboard problem. So if you see the final output, I've color coded all the tiles. So you can see that I've placed my red tiles, I've placed my green, I've placed my yellow, and I've placed my peach colored tiles. Okay. So what I've done is basically solve the problem recursively until the base case has been reached, then fill all the L-shaped tiles. Okay. So that's how you solve this problem, but an important question is the time complexity. So what we're doing is the time complexity equation goes like this. So we have our problem that is order of n, so T of n, that's my equation, and I solve this problem by dividing it into 4 sub problems of size n by 2. So this n by 2 corresponds to the size of the problem that has been simplified. So as you saw, we had an 8 cross 8, right? We split it into 4 cross 4, right? So that's basically how it goes. So Tn equal to 4 times T of n by 2 plus a constant C. And if you solve this recurrence relation, we get the time complexity as time equal to order of n square, which makes sense. Okay. So that's how you solve the defective chessboard problem. This is a proper question that is asked in interviews of companies, of IT companies. So make sure you check out the code as well. The code is slightly complicated, so I'm not covering it in this video. You can check the post on Geeks for Geeks or LeetCode or whatever for the complete code. If you like the video, make sure to drop a like, write a comment, share with all your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Cheers guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.